Hello, this is the Reading on the Rocks podcast. We are Kelsey,
Chandler,
and Morgan. We like to drink and read books and then talk about them. Welcome to the group chat.
hello, and welcome to Reading on the Rocks for Onyx Storm Part 1, Chapters 1 through 30. This episode is coming to you a day late because of technical difficulties in the editing process. Sorry about that. But we have so much to say, so much to share. We're going to quick disclaimer and then rapid fire our drinks so we can get into it. Disclaimer is if you have not read the first 30 chapters of Onyx Storm, stop the podcast now, read it, and then come back.
Get out.
Because you're going to be spoiled. Sorry. Alrighty, on to the drinks. I have a cider from a local cidery in Montana. Kelsey, what do you got?
I have a white rum, and I think it's a black raspberry sparkling water.
Morgan, what are you drinking tonight?
I've got an H2O on the rocks in true Reading on the Rocks fashion. So, got to keep a clear head for this podcast.
That's fair. Kelsey, why don't you have a full list and your thoughts are organized. So share your thoughts
Kelsey
and
has a
Morgan
TED
and I will
Talk of
jump in.
notes.
I have a TED Talk for this book. Yes, so Onyx Storm. I was so excited about this book. Third book in the series. I blew through it, obviously, and I loved it so much. But I do have a few issues. But I wanted to preface this by saying that I absolutely fucking loved it. Loved it so much, just so you know, because here soon it's going to sound like I'm ragging on it, but I am not. So first things first, in the recap that we did, I really was hoping for more POVs, and we did not get them. So, and here we are halfway through the third book, and we're still in Violet's POV. So I'm pretty sure Rebecca Yarros is sticking to Violet the whole way through this series, which really sucks. I mean, she'll probably do Xaden's little snippets here and there, but I really wish she would do like half of a book of Xaden, but I don't even think she's going to do that. I think it's going to be Violet all the way, and that's just really tiring for a few reasons. One, there's a lot of side characters that are so underdeveloped in this story, and they're so surface, and I just want to know so much more about them. There's so many people, and the books just like aren't long enough to like dive deep into these characters. Like we barely get to see any of Ree in the beginning of this book. We didn't really see her in book 2 that much either. We didn't really get to see Sawyer much in this book, or Jesinia, or we got one moment with Garrick, which I thought was great, and we got one moment with Riddick. We got one moment with Riddick, which was very great. Loved it so much. I mean, it was like a couple moments with Riddick. We're really seeing him a tiny bit more. But then, like, Bodhi, like, I feel like I know nothing about Bodhi other than the fact that he's related to Xaden. So I feel like there's just, like, these super underdeveloped side characters that I want to learn so much more about. Not even including all the dragons that go along with all of those characters. And, I want to know Riddick's dragon. Like, he's hilarious. People were talking about how, like, he blew snot in the Griffin's face one time, and I was like, he's got to be just like Riddick on the inside.
He's got to be hilarious.
He's got to be so
the Riddick
funny.
equivalent of the dragon in dragon form.
Here's the thing where I agree. I would love some more POVs, and I would love to know more about the side characters. But if we learned more about the side characters, I'm going to fall in love with them more. And as it stands, I'm terrified for the fourth book because she has already said that someone we love isn't going to survive the fourth book. And I'm like, but if I fall in love with these characters more, then it's going to break my heart more. It's going to be worse than Liam.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be worse. But I just I feel like I get so little. Like, I really think that I would love Garrick like the most, but I get so little from him. And Bodhi. Like, I also think I would really like Bodhi too, but it's so
because they give the grumpy.
minuscule.
It's because they give grumpy.
Ooh, they do give grumpy. Man, we're a sucker for the grumpies.
We are. Absolutely. I just want to know. So it makes me so mad that we're probably never going to get other POVs so we can learn more about them. But I feel like she's just like along for the ride. And she keeps like gathering more side characters. Like Drake is a new one. And now, I mean, we get a little more of Kat in this one, but like barely anything.
Oh my God.
Mira's reaction Drake is a new one. So funny.
Hilarious.
I was here for it.
Definitely loved it.
I read that and I was like, love Mira even more. Here's another check in the mirror column.
Yeah, for sure. And even, obviously Mira right now is like holding on to secrets or whatever. So I suppose we shouldn't know that much about her right this minute, but we don't really get much of Mira in the beginning of this book either. So there's that. But I will say, so she started out this book in almost like it reminded me very minimally of Throne of Glass and Aelin, because she wrote the beginning of this book where her plans were even a secret from us. And I want more of that.
Yeah.
I need to be like looking for the mystery, figuring out what she's going to do along with everyone else, because and it didn't last very long is the thing. And it like petered out at like 10-20%, and now we're back to like knowing everything that she's gonna do. So it's just like you get like stuck in her mind too much. But I love the beginning where we were almost getting that Aelin from Tog situation happening. Definitely love that. You know what
I also love that this book is having, that we talked about in the recap? Communication. They're talking in this book. Satan didn't try to keep the whole thing secret. He didn't, they're sharing. And I'm like, this is what we needed the whole time.
Yeah. I will say, she started the book, though, with, she was, being sneaky.
Anything.
Yeah. Being sneaky. Well, I mean, he didn't want to know, which I get. So he didn't know along with us as the readers, but the very beginning of the book was her sneaking after him when he goes down to talk to Jack. And I don't think because after that it was complete open communication. I trust you completely. And I thought it was just a weird little opening. She was trying to suck us in with this sneaky little chasing down Zayden. Maybe she didn't trust him or something, but turns out she does trust him. So yeah, but all of those are a little annoying. But the one thing that I wanted to punch her in the face about, this is what happens when you get too much of one person and all of their thoughts. I wanted to punch her in the face so hard. Is that Xaden comes back to Basgiath as a professor, and Violet's God. Oh no, the Codex. And talking through her mind, she's like, no, we're broken up. We're over, because that's against the rules. It's so ridiculous.
You're right. That's where we're drawing the line.
Exactly.
Not rebellion.
I was like, you literally were in a rebellion. You literally committed treason. Committed treason a week and a half ago. Literally committed treason a week and a half ago.
But she cannot fraternize.
But she's going to follow the Codex rules of this stupid war college that has been lying to the entire kingdom for hundreds of years. I'm like, okay, because she can't fraternize with a professor. Yeah, that's where she draws the line. I was like,
and I love how she just doesn't know what to do about it. She's like, we're over. It's over. The end of it.
We're over.
Yeah.
No, this is it. I mean, I know she wants Xaden to stay there because he can't be at the front because he might turn more venom or whatever. But I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. This is where the line is, like, you could just sneak. She didn't even think about sneaking around. She was just like, no, we're broken up.
She's like, that's it. And there's no way around this. It's inevitable.
Yeah. So I was like, really? I literally highlighted it. I was like, you literally just committed treason. Yeah. So a little too much for me right there. But yeah, so all of those things are just like little nitpicky things for me, but I still really love this story. I love these characters, and it just blows my mind. But yeah, I'm tired of getting bogged down in whatever Violet's doing sometimes. But
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I think I'm like, I kind of dig the single POV, but I've always been that way. I don't know what it is. I think that when I'm switched, like from, I don't know, I feel like there's a way that it has to be done, like SJM style, like Throne of Glass style, where it's like you're engaged in every single one of these stories.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess maybe I've just been led astray so much that I just don't trust the process anymore. But I like the single POV.
I mean, I like it sometimes. I mean,
but
I just don't like it
on the character thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know who these people are.
Yeah. Oh, when the the
Marin,
first years.
what's her deal? I like her, but I want to know more about her.
Yeah. I feel like she was like super sassy and great in like the
when we met
first
her.
book in the second when we met her, and now she's just like a blob.
Yeah,
like, you barely get any information from her. And then there's that moment when like she talks about random people, and then later she said something about, oh, the first years have arrived, and it's Eric and Sloane are the ones that I know, even though, I mean...
Yeah, and Baylor and
yeah.
I can't even remember the other ones.
Yeah, Kai and something. I'm like, there's too many freaking people happening here that I know nothing about. And she had mentioned Kai earlier, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come down, and she's like, oh, their first years are here. And I'm like, oh, he's a first year. Okay. I also really want to know more about Eric.
I love Eric. Eric's fun.
Yeah.
Same.
I feel like given recent developments in our 50%, we'll see a little bit of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But yeah, I'm with you. I feel like I don't know, for having been 3 books into this series, I don't know the characters as well as I wish I did.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Not to totally shit on this book because it's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah,
so far.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm here for it. I just want to know more about them. I think it's like because she tries to add these little snippets of the side characters, but there's just so many freaking side characters that we get like tiny little moments, and it's like 3 books, and we've gotten a couple moments from every single one of the side characters.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
kind of having a much harder time tracking than I have the other 2 books. Because there's a shit ton of characters. And there's a shit ton of location comments and stuff like that. And I ebooked it for most of it. And so I wasn't going to click all the way back to the map every time they brought up. Now that I've switched to the physical book, it's a little easier. But like I didn't, I'm barely hanging on by a thread here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it, but I'm the same. I'm not even like paying attention to like locations or anything. I'm like, oh, she's going and doing something or another. But there's a lot of like political stuff that's going on too, and like they're learning real history. And I'm like, I'm really not paying attention to any of this.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, and I mean, we're like halfway through the book, and I feel like almost nothing has happened. Like a lot has happened, but almost nothing has really happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that was most of my stuff until like theories. So
yeah. Those are my qualms as well. Do you have any issues, Chan? Or how do you feel about it so far? What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm in love with it so far. I'm
Are
ready
you tracking
to
the politics in the slightest?
No.
Okay.
I don't even track America's politics in the slightest. Thank you.
Okay.
Like,
That's fine.
I'm not gonna track this politic. I can't even track our own
Fantasy
countries.
politics are better than American politics, but still.
Fact.
Like, you won't catch me. You won't catch me engaging in either of those.
No.
Same. I do have to say, I am like, first book we had Sassy Tarnin, and I loved him, and like he's always been a little bit grumpy sassy. Second book we just had Grumpy Tarnin, and now Sassy Grumpy Tarnin is back, and it just mixes so well with Sassy Darna. Like, I'm like,
My favorite.
yes.
Oh my god. The dynamic.
He's had some one-liners. I've highlighted them because they're fucking hysterical.
They are.
How, are congratulations or commiserations in order? Like, that sentence.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
When they're at, like, this other country's court, and I was like, that's hysterical. Like, it just cracked me up. And I'm trying to... There's another one.
I love the dynamic with him and Adarna. Like, he's like totally parenting her. He's like, do not go under that water. I will let you drown if you go under that water.
Wings.
Yeah.
Don't eat that turtle. I will get in your
we
shell
don't
and
eat
I will
allies.
help you.
Yeah. And he's totally,
It's
or he
so
said,
funny.
I can't remember in what context, but he's like, get back here now. And I'm like, oh my god.
It was the water. It was the water. He was like telling you,
Yeah.
only get your claws in.
Or no, she was going to eat the tortoise, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, do not eat that tortoise. And she just gallivants away. Oh, I love her so much.
He's like, you're going to get it stuck in your shell. And I was like, that is the kind of stuff that I say to my own kid. I'm like, don't go there.
Yeah.
You're going to get stuck. I'm not going to help you. Like you're going to get mad and I'm not going to help you.
I love just how she's just hungry all the time, too. Like,
Yeah.
relatable.
Same.
She's like, I bet that horse tastes good.
So funny. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be like,
God, I love her
I've never
so
had
much.
that.
She's so fun.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
definitely,
she's so
like,
great.
the communication is better. The politics never have ever, in any fantasy world, ever made sense to me. So, but I'm here for the drama. I understand. Right. I know what happened in the politics, but they don't make sense. Like,
Yeah,
you could tell they'd be like, does the cerium or whatever it's called make sense to you? And I'm like, fuck no, but I know what happens during the cerium when Violet's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You live in the moment kind of gal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
I mean, if it's important, Rebecca Yarros will just bring it back up at the end.
Yeah.
Because all authors
That's
have.
kinda
I mean, they have
how
to
I'm
bring it
going
back
too.
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're not expecting me to remember all of this, are you?
No.
Is there a final
No.
at the end of this book?
Pop quiz.
I know that's
Yeah.
one of my least favorite things. Like, I think that was like in the first book when I was rereading, the Violet's little like anxiety thing is to just randomly start spouting history or whatever that she's learned. And I'm like, this is the dumbest way to do world building I've ever seen. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I
thought it was
literally
perfect for Violet's
skipped it.
personality.
I think it's perfect for Violet's personality, but I feel like it kind of just cop out.
But Kelsey's
Do
torn on
world
Violet,
building.
so.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
True.
Let's talk theories, because I know we've got some. I know we're here with some theories today.
I've honestly just been trying to keep my feet underneath me. I have a minimal amount of theories.
I mean, we can talk about the silver-haired
Same.
people.
Let's talk about the silver-haired people.
So many.
It gets brought up
silver-haired
so many
people.
times.
I know.
It does.
Well, I could tell. I noticed the trend, but I didn't piece it together.
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
think it was
everyone's got
it's coming
first
up or
highlight.
whatever.
It's my first highlight. Like, it's literally like the first time I saw it, it was on page
About the
chapter
venom?
5. Yeah, it was
Yeah, the
page
venom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I also noticed that, but I didn't think there was going to be
The-
a civilization.
Yeah, I didn't think this was a civilization. What's her fucking name?
Theo.
It's Stephanie, but it's Theo at the beginning.
It's Theo. Yeah, Theophany, I think.
Theoethany.
Whatever her name is.
Anyway, whatever her name is.
You guys know who we're talking about.
She's got silver hair, and she showed up. That was when Garrick showed up too.
And she's a
lightning wielder.
Okay,
And also,
here's my thing.
Immortal?
Are we expecting some kind of parentage shock for Violet?
I feel like maybe.
I think, okay.
I don't know if it's
I think that's what she's writing it up for, but like...
Well, we know
but here's the thing.
Asher spent an undisclosed amount of time in the islands.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's lineage from him. So he like possibly grew up there.
Yeah.
True.
I think he's either from there or he's descended from there. Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Mira and Brennan have the same thing? There's got to be a parentage shock coming because like Mira and Brennan obviously remember their mom being pregnant with Violet.
Yes.
And wouldn't they have the same like silver hair thing that Violet has? Like she even says in the first book, she says if she cuts her hair, the silver hair grows higher, so it wouldn't even matter. Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's just a part of her hair is silver. I think it's just she happens to be the only one of the kids that got a little bit of those genetics.
Yeah.
Because her whole head isn't silver, so I don't think she's like a full-blooded
Rebecca would throw a fucking cheating scandal on us.
I don't think it's going to be a cheating scandal. I really don't. I think if she's if there's going to be a parentage, if there's going to be like a little parentage thing, it's going to be their mom, Lilith, lost the baby. And then like during birth or whatever. And then Asher came home with Violet. And they were like
an adopted dog.
A little
I don't think
maybe that's just a random adopted kid.
Actually, I don't think that's right.
I don't think it's right either, but I'm just saying the only way I think it could happen is this way.
No, I think Asher is from there. Or I think that he is descended from there, like his parents. Because he talked about, he doesn't talk to his mom, and Mira went and talked to her, and she said that she has something to say or whatever. So I think it's...
True.
His mom is maybe from there or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
she
something
just
like
got...
that.
I don't know.
And then Theonephil, whatever the fucking name is.
Theophany.
Because Violet said something about her like being immortal, maybe she was like, is she immortal or something? So I think she is like further back, but also maybe related to Violet. She's just further up the line.
So it has to be the venom power capabilities that's keeping her immortal.
Yeah.
Like Tangled style.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I bet you're right. I bet she's like what if she's like literally an ancestor of these people?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is crazy shit.
Okay. Morgan, what is it?
I don't know. I'm worked up about it. How does she know where, because she got that letter on top of the citrine. Violet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She knew where Violet was going.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
You were very excited to not give us much of anything.
I just realized how many connections we've read and don't even realize it. Like there has to be some sort of connection with like where's Theophany getting her information? And then my initial thought was, maybe she's getting it from this civilization, but they hadn't met that civilization yet. So I don't know.
Yeah. Because they talked about, or Jack said, the ones that are super high up, you can't tell that they're venom. So there's got to be other ones, probably ones that we know, and we're going to be super shocked when it comes out that they're actually Venom. And that's probably
in her riot.
Yeah, probably. Someone close to her, obviously, because they know where she's going.
What if it's Halden? Maybe Halden.
Maybe. Oh my... We didn't even talk about Halden.
We didn't talk about Halden.
We didn't talk about Halden yet.
That's
bitch. Another one. Girl, you really have a type. I thought that was hilarious. So, like, before, obviously, Violet didn't mention who her exes were because Xaden didn't want to know. Like, when Kat came up, he was like, I don't really care. So they literally didn't talk about it. But turns out her ex is literally the crown prince of the kingdom.
And he's a little fucking cry sack.
He is a cry sack. He's horrible.
Annoying.
And I thought that was so, but also I'm scared because one of the little like prologues for each chapter from like Jacinia or whatever is correspondence where Violet's mom said something about like the first two men that Violet has chosen are terrible. She has terrible taste in men. So that's only one of her exes though. Who's the other ex? I feel like that's going to be another shoe that drops is another ex of Violet's because we don't know because she didn't tell Xaden.
A little scandal.
She is. But I love a jealous Xaden.
I do. That's fun.
That's super fun. And he just like, Halden was about to touch Violet. Just move her hair or something. And Xaden just throws him against a wall. So great. I love him. So fun. Magical.
I do enjoy the twist in dynamic between them, given his ailment. Because he's like a little like morally gray. Yeah. Quite morally gray. And it's delicious.
He talks about it. He does.
Yes. What?
Guys, I highlighted it. I highlighted what he said. It's in chapter 24. I have another thing I need to say in a minute.
Morally
but I want to. They talk. No, he doesn't talk about it, but she calls him out on it. I know. I have a thing. It's God. Where are they? They're in the They're at the bookstore in that other town where she's getting all those books that her dad wrote and left for her.
Oh yeah, and about where your alliances lie. Or no, that was in the
she brings it up. The book owner brings it up. I heard you saying you'd kill my grandson if he took another step towards your beloved young man. Oh. How illogically, toxically romantic of you.
Delicious.
I was like, that is great. Toxic and that is illogic, but I'm here for it. We love it. Yeah. Okay. And another thing. I, like many people, have been following Rebecca Yarros' posts on social media about the Onyx Storm drop. And for the past 2 books, she's released her playlist that she wrote, she put together while she's written the book. She's working on the next one. And some of the songs are sticking out to me. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? I was just reading it. I don't want to play any of it. All Good Girls Go to Hell.
Nice.
Bury a Friend.
God.
Oh. I Walk the Line. But then she's also got like Wildest Dreams. New Romantics, Electric Touch, Willow. She's a Swiftie, which fair. But what really gets me is the kind of towards the bottom. Don't blame me. I did something bad. You're losing me. But the very last one is Hallelujah. What is going to happen at the end of this book that correlates to the song Hallelujah?
Yeah.
I saw that one of her interviews, they asked her what her favorite chapter was, and she's like, I don't know what
I saw the same thing.
I don't really have a favorite chapter. She said my favorite part of the book is the last page. Yeah. So what fucking happens to this last page? Must know.
I love her. but also
I do too.
she's such a
She's
bitch.
one of us.
Yeah,
I love her.
I'm scared. Yeah, because the last page
terrified.
thing, she said that she was thinking about this. She knew this is where it was going to go from in the first book and the second book, the very last page of the third book, and I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that means it's fucking big. This is world altering. This last page, you gotta know.
Yeah, I think the final cliffhanger is going to be pretty bad, except for that I've already seen people be like, yeah, it's a cliffhanger, but it's not as bad as the first two. Some people said.
As the first
so
two?
I'm
Oh, wow.
I'm holding on to hope that it's not as bad of a cliffhanger. And someone said that they absolutely love the ending, so I'm just holding on to hope for that.
I'm scared.
Well, does she
That it's
find
not so
her
bad.
dragon family, you think?
I hope so.
If they loved the ending. We didn't even
If
talk
they
about the
love
dragon,
the ending.
the Irids either.
Yeah. I mean, that's
They have to
pretty
be-
much the whole thing that's happening in this book.
Yeah, that's like the whole story.
the whole story that's happening.
They have to be.
Wait, can we talk about her or Ardana's requests
Oh,
for
there's
it? Like the first ones make sense, and then the last one, she's like, I just threw that in for fun. And I was like, I just love this.
She's so fun.
She's so
I love her so much. I want an Andarna POV.
Yes, absolutely.
Kill. I would
Kill.
kill for it.
Yep.
Actually, knowing that I want a second child, I would kick my husband in the balls for an Andarna and a Tarnan POV.
Just go for it.
I would sterilize my husband for one of those two POVs.
Okay, Chandler. Weirdo.
Aggressive. Let's see. I think that, I mean, with the Venom or whatever, I really think that it's gonna, I don't know if this book is gonna end this way, but I think they're gonna go with the Venom for some reason or another to figure out Xaden or whatever, but like they're maybe both gonna go. I don't know, but I feel like that's where this is leading because I feel like we're getting more from.
You think he's
the Venom.
a Venom through the book? You don't think she finds a cure this book?
I don't. Think
I hope she finds a cure.
I hope
I don't
she
think
finds
she's
a
going
cure.
to, but I hope she does.
I don't think she's going to. I think that they're
I
gonna
feel
go
like
be with the Venom.
timeline-wise, it would make sense, but I bet you're right because she's the Theophany keeps hinting at like, why are you not just calling me? Because I have all the answers you need.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're gonna give in and they're gonna go train or whatever with actual Venom
In the Barrens.
and figure out and try to like, I don't know,
Infiltrate
try to,
their
like,
system?
Infiltrate. Yeah.
Yeah, because Xaden has an in because he's like one of them, and his eyes are changing.
Yeah. That's scary stuff. Last thing, we still have no idea what Violet's second signet is. So, any more guesses?
Well,
I think that
I
it
got
might
Garrick's
be
signet on the
compulsion.
distance wielding, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's she in like the first fucking chapter, she's like throwing thoughts at Xaden or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think there's something to be said about her maintaining connection with Andarna and Taryn in the magicless realm. I think that's also her signet, but I don't know how that would translate into exactly what it would be.
I think she had a couple moments or something where she thought she felt something, like actual magic, like her powers in the magicless place. So I think she's got something with that, as well as like being able to talk to them. But I there was a couple more times where because I guess we didn't talk about it here, but after we did the recap, I saw someone on TikTok say that they thought it was compulsion as her second signet because she like just tells herself that she's gonna live that day, and then she does, and she tells people that they're gonna make it, and then they do, and so she might be compulsion. And I did notice this. She says like to her friends on one of the times, she's like, we're all gonna live today, and then they do, obviously, but like when she actually like makes demands like that, it follows through, so it kind of tracks. I don't know.
Some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
That would be cool. God, I almost want to like fucking reread the first half
Right.
and see what else I can pick up. We'd be here for another.
We'll be finishing
4
the
weeks.
second half.
Gotta go.
My,
This is
my
Chandler.
reading pace.
I will be reading it tonight.
There you go.
I
mean,
cannot
it's
wait
definitely-
for more answers.
I'm excited, man. The gray hair thing. Ooh-wee.
So I had to bring up one, the Panthers eating a head
Yeah.
that Morgan brought
What
up
the
earlier. Yeah,
In the
just
group
eating
chat.
a whole head. Yeah, I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was live game behavior. I'm like,
Yeah.
she served them a head.
Yeah, I was like,
But it was
okay,
cool
was
though.
wild.
I laughed
Yeah.
and shock factor was
that whole part with Andarna holding onto a panther just was so funny.
I
Crack
know.
me up.
fun. Trying not to
So
drool on
funny.
the panther.
She's like
Like
her
a little
mouth is
stuffed
probably,
animal.
her jaw is
Yeah.
probably hurting. Like,
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
She
I
said
love
that she
part.
had her like gums underneath, so she wasn't drooling on him, on her or
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, so funny.
So good.
So funny.
And then the only other thing that I thought was funny is like Dane is getting better, at least in Zayden's perspective. When Zayden was nice to Dane, it was the funniest shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck's wrong with you?
it's like, are you feeling okay, bro?
I literally started thinking that, like, no, something's wrong. Like, there's mind magic to be had here. Something's wrong
Yeah.
with Zayden.
Yeah, it was so
Can
funny.
we also talk about how
It was so funny.
fucking hate Dane's dad?
Oh my gosh, so much.
I know. We traded
the
one
worst.
ethos for another.
Yeah.
Okay, but also I was watching on TikTok more of the press tour, and they're like, somebody asked Rebecca who her least favorite character was, and a whole bunch of people were like Dane, and she goes, nobody say Dane, I love him. And they're
Yeah.
like,
He's,
hold
I
up.
think,
And
I'm
she's
not
like,
mad at Dane
he
anymore.
just wants his his fragile best friend to survive and sit down. There's nothing wrong with that. He wants to keep her safe and to have her sit down. And you want your fragile best friends to sit down too, so don't even.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Zayden anymore.
Yeah.
He
I'm
got
fine
off.
with Dane.
You live and you learn and you forgive along the way. And I
I
forgive.
still
Yeah.
get irrationally angry
Old
with him
news.
during the first book, but the second book I warm up to him again.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely great. I'm so excited to read the second half of this book. Do you guys have any other quotes or anything? I have so many, but not like actual quotes. It's just like, this was hilarious.
Yeah.
Quotes.
No,
all of my highlighted was just shit that Taryn said to Darna.
Yeah.
About like,
Same.
don't do that.
We don't eat
So
allies.
funny. I will
We
say.
don't eat
So-
allies. Yeah, that was
We don't
hilarious.
eat
When she's like,
allies.
we have
It's
this
so
rule.
funny. That was so good. Yes. I definitely am loving Riddick more in this one. I kept my inside thoughts inside this time. It's so funny.
Except that he
He's
did
so
it. Like, he
big.
made one
He did
backhanded comment. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
He's
though.
so fun.
He's so
Yeah,
funny.
But that
And
moment he has with Vi when he was like,
yes.
I have to go with. Somebody has to go with you. Bad things happen when somebody doesn't go with you. And I was like,
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
writer guy.
I love him.
I
was
love
I won't
him.
even sign anything sexual for you, Sawyer. Like, okay, buddy.
He's so funny.
He's
and
so
then he
fun.
has like he has a moment where he tells like Violet, I'm either completely in love with your boyfriend or utterly terrified of him. Not sure at the moment. I love him so much. Definitely have some more Riddick
so
moments in this book, and I really do love him a lot.
If
Yeah,
he
and I
doesn't live
swear,
through the fourth book.
If he's the one that she kills off, I'm
Don't
gonna,
even speak it into the universe, guys. Don't speak it. We hold
but
that
I feel
shit
like
in.
if enough of us speak it into the universe, she's gonna
No.
change her mind.
No. That's not how the universe works. You don't say you ignore your feelings.
You ignore your
You do.
feelings.
We have healthy coping mechanisms and we ignore.
Don't even speak it.
Anyway,
But the options are dwindling down.
Alright.
yeah. Here we go.
Like, we already took a bite out of Sawyer, so.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Janessa because she writes it. She writes the big
Yeah.
book.
That sounds like a fourth book problem.
Yeah. That sounds like future us's problem.
Yeah.
We have,
those people.
like a year
Cross
and
that
a
bridge
half
when we
to
get there.
mentally prepare.
Oh my god. If we have to wait a year and a half, we're going to get the sixth ACOTAR book and the fourth Empirin book in the same year. What a fucking ride that year will be.
Oh my
Yep,
gosh.
that'll be bad.
I'm gonna have to quit my job.
Yeah. Yep.
Stay at home dog, Mom.
All right. You guys have any final thoughts before we immediately go read the rest of this book?
I don't think
That's
so.
my
All
plan.
I'm
right.
ready to get going. Gotta know about these gray hair people.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so for next episode, we're going to read the end of Onyx Storm, obviously. So chapter 31 till the end. And we'll probably come back on next week and we'll all just be crying. And that'll be the whole episode.
We'll
Okay,
just sob.
guys?
Join us
Sob
next
into our
week for
drinks
our
on the rocks.
cry fest.
Just a cry fest episode next week. All
We're
right,
bringing
guys.
bottles of liquor.
Yeah.
We're either going to
Shots
be
next
sobbing
time.
and crying, or
Shots
we're going to be
lined
doing
up.
shots as coping mechanisms.
Yep.
A
I
shot
guess
for
we'll
every
see.
tear we shed.
Oh gosh. We just pass out.
This episode's like 3 hours long.
Can you imagine a truly drunk episode?
Oh gosh. That would be
We
fun.
have to do it one day. Yeah.
We do. We do.
All right.
All right, guys. On to Onyx Storm.
Let's
See you
do
then.
it.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you liked our ramblings, please tune in next week and follow us on social media. Book recs and drink recs are always welcome. Until next time.
Yes.